I'm LaKeshia.
Hey, I'm Natalie.
And this is
Life Cracks Us Up. Are you picking up what we're putting down? Are you enjoying the content? Is there feedback you'd like to provide or topics you'd like to discuss? How about you give us a call and share your thoughts? 757-504-4649. That's 757-504-4649. We would love to hear from you.
Hey, Natalie.
Hey, Keish.
How's it going?
Another beautiful Wednesday morning in Zamunda.
All right, so let's talk about my week. Girl, I've been wanting to tell you. So earlier in the week, I took the kids to this lights thing at the botanical gardens.
Okay.
It's nice.
Mhm.
So I had them out kind of late. So I said, well, you know what? I'll just stop and I'll buy food for everybody. And, we'll eat it on the way there. So I go to this well-known fast food restaurant. And I would say it was not McDonald's because, okay. So I get there.
If there's a story behind it, it wasn't Chick-fil-A.
Chick-fil-A
is the holy
grail. We know it would never. This would never happen at Chick-fil-A. All right, so I go place my order. Everybody's got their own separate orders, but let me tell you, my grandson. So he wants a biggie bag. Ooh, I think I just said where it was.
We know where you were now.
Anyway, so he orders his thing, and that comes with a few things in it. Then he was like, he's talking to the person taking the order, right? He's like, can I also have a 10-piece nugget? We were all like, no. It's like, dude. Everybody else like, I just want a regular combo. So anyway, so I place my order. It comes to $51.03. This is a total. $51.03. So I'm pulling out my money. I was like, oh, I'm paying cash. That was my first mistake, I guess. So I pull out 60, but I was like, oh, I have $1.03. Who wants to carry on all this loose stuff? So I give the person $61.03. And I'm sitting there waiting. I'm looking at them through the window. I was like, why are they counting out numerous bills? I'm like, I should get the 10 back. So they give me my money and I look at it and I spread it out. And it's like, it was a 5 and 4 ones. And I'm looking, it's like, I'm looking at the person in the window like, where's the rest of my money? Here we go. Okay. So you know how when you loan somebody some money and they say, you know what, I'm going to pay you back on Friday. So now it's Sunday. They didn't pay you back. You go ask them for your money. They'd be like, you just stink $10 or what? That's how he looked at me. Like
you were you were a burden for asking for the rest of your money.
It gets better. So he's like, and he reaches over and hands me my dollar. He didn't have to open the register. He didn't have to ask for the manager to come count the till.
You had it and just didn't give me my money?
I was like, what? I was beside myself. Like, what the?
So we know my patience level. Almost as bad as my drive over here. I'm telling you, one day I'm going to flip. I don't have patience for bullshit. Now, it's funny you tell that story because I had totally forgotten about my experience. So it wasn't even anything that I was going to bring up. Literally, I stopped. I was leaving. What was I even over here for? I don't know why I was on this side, but I was on this side and I was going back and I stopped at, I'm going to say at Burger King because it was the only thing that was open near where I had to get on the highway. And the same shit happened. It was like, I don't know, like $9 and $11.48. So I did the same thing. You give him, he got his calculator out. And I said, sweetie, just give me back a 10 and like 47 cents, whatever it was. And he was like, thank you.
So people really, because that happened like years ago, I think something like that happens. Like people really don't know how to do that anymore.
Mm-mm. The kids don't.
I thought it was so easy. But like, he's over there at the register, like, what? I'm giving you a 1, sir. I'm giving you more.
For me, if the order, I'm trying to put myself behind the counter in front of the big machine that only has pictures on it. I'm trying to figure out, like, I would have thought that would have been a queue.
Yeah.
If the order came to $11.03 or 10, whatever,
right.
And someone gave me a whole bunch more, for me, that's a cue to say, okay, the change. Do you know what I mean?
Obviously, I didn't, but it's like these people, like, I don't know what he could have been thinking. Like, I can't count.
He was going to trick you into, and imagine if he had that dollar sitting there, how many people he might have gotten.
Yeah.
By the end of the day,
Yeah, how much
he's
can you
walking
make?
out with 10, 15 bucks in his pocket.
Yeah. So that's what I was
because
thinking
no
too.
one paid attention.
But he don't know I'm cheap. I mean, frugal. Yeah, but and I gave you the one, sir, so I don't have more ones. So now instead of having one,
mad ones.
Instead of having one, I have 5 ones. Thank you, sir.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
So
well, at least you had the singles for when you went to the strip club later.
Yeah, well,
I'm still giving out 5s.
I'm still trying to give her the singles you gave me for my birthday because I know you worked hard for all of those. It ain't easy to get 50. Was it 52 singles?
52 singles. Yes. Yes.
So yes, I appreciate all that hard work you did to get me my birthday present.
My pleasure, sweetie. My pleasure. I aim to please. Ask anybody who gave me those ones.
Oh, okay then. All right. Okay. All right. So
not for nothing though. I always tell you, I would do that.
I know
like
you
if
would.
It came down to it, and
I cannot.
All 52 years of these, girl, I'd be out there like, hey, I gotta learn how to do the
booty shaking.
I don't know how to do
See, you know what? Well, you know,
shaking.
Can't take you nowhere.
Don't tease me with a good time.
Well, I can't wrap around to hold on to the bar, and like I can't spin around.
If you can't do the pole, then you just have to have other stuff you can do that don't consist of the pole.
I think I got too much hail damage. They have me at the 3:00 in the morning show.
No, those are the ones you'll be at the 3:00 in the afternoon show.
Oh no!
Yeah, where people are there just for the buffet.
Oh.
All right. Well, now that you've seen my stripper moves.
Okay. All right. So, what's your the page we got to send the money to watch the rest of the show?
Listen, I'll send you my Cash App. No, I'm gonna have to create a separate Cash App. I guess it wouldn't matter. People can't take from. Why did I get a request for my Cash App? I'm not gonna say who it is, but if you happen to be watching this, you could have sent a text first.
Yep.
But anyway.
Okay.
What's on our agenda for today?
For today, we are going to be talking about cons, catfish, and cult leaders. Yeah. So it came to me, I was, I hardly ever watch television.
Yeah.
But I'm flipping around. I was like, okay, I need to do something while I'm knitting. Should be why I crochet. I know, right? But it's the only time I actually do my things when I sit still. So
I still want to learn how to crochet. I'll have to hit you up on that.
Oh yeah, we can do that. So I'm watching and I'm flipping through, and one of them is like, I forgot what it was called. How to Be a Cult Leader, I think it was called.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So I was like, that's interesting. Talk about side hustles.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm watching it, and it's talking about Jim Jones, Charles Manson, a few other people I'd never heard of, but it made me really think about a lot.
Yeah.
A lot, really.
Yeah.
First of all, do these people start out intending to be cult leaders? Do people seek to join a cult? Do they know they're in a cult? I mean, like all of these things just started going through my mind. Like, what the world? So I know you're familiar with Jim Jones.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So my thought process, it's funny you bring those questions up because my thought process is to touch on each one of those. Do they know they're going to be a cult leader? I don't know that they know they're going to lead a cult, but I do feel like those types of people grow up feeling like they're the shit. You know what I mean? Like, I bet you they went through grade school. They were always the leader of the groups. When they got into middle school, they had their own little clique and they were the Reginas.
I think like Charles Manson, I think they said that, like, whichever one it was, one of them was like, when he was in grade school, somebody was picking on him and he convinced these girls to beat him up. And when they got in trouble, they went in the office and he was like, I didn't do anything.
Right. I did nothing.
As a kid.
Absolutely. So I do think they start off with a mindset of being a leader, liking people to follow them. And they're that one in high school, you know what I mean, who all the kids follow, or they're not popular per se, but they have that off group that follows them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The trench coats and the looking crazy.
The ones, the outliers, I guess, the ones who don't fit in anywhere else.
Right. Now, for the second part, when you said, do these people, what was the second one? do they seek out to be in a cult
Right,
or
right,
something like that?
right.
I don't think that they seek out to be in cults per se, but I think that they're not secure within, so they're easily led.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you get that leader and you get that person who's easy to lead, who's susceptible to being led, marriage made in heaven. Marriage made in heaven. Do they know they're in a cult? I almost want to say yes and no. I feel like they know they're in something, but would they call it a cult? No.
Right, because most people like, they, oh, you're in a cult. No, not.
No, right.
Yeah, they're not in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Because
like
cult has such a negative connotation. Yeah.
Right. But what is a cult? I meant to look that up, but I did not. Like, what is
what makes a cult different from being in
a club?
a club, or maybe it's the mindset though. A cult, I don't think you can just wake up one morning and be like, I'm out of here, because your mind is trained to be in that. I would be curious to know the definition of a cult. Yeah. We act like we don't have technology at our fingertips.
Because like I said about, you mentioned like the brainwashing, because I was trying to decide what to name it, call this, and part of it is brainwashing. And brainwashing can be, I guess it's supposed to be subtle. That's why it's brainwashing, because I've been brainwashed before.
Okay. So a system, now we both know I don't have readers on, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a whirl. A system of religious veneration and devotion directed toward a particular figure or object, the cult of Saint whatever, I can't see that. I truly, oh look, Olaf. A relatively small group of people having religious beliefs or practices regarded by others as strange or sinister. A misplaced or excessive admiration for a particular person or thing. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a religious.
Yeah, because I heard that first one. Yeah, I think some of these are not a religious thing.
Yeah. So
not Jim Jones. Jim Jones was religious, but what's the other one I mentioned?
Manson
was
wasn't religious.
Not religious.
Yeah, he was nuts as hell. He was just.
But
honestly, was he nuts, or was he just so damn smart? He did, you know what I mean? Like,
well, because he was. I guess you have to be smart enough to know how to manipulate people.
Absolutely.
But his mindset was like, I looked at something about his too, and it was like he wanted to be a singer or a rock star or whatever. And he couldn't.
He wrote a song with
I forgot who.
He made a song with somebody.
But then he didn't like the way they wanted to change it or something. So he was mad at somebody in the industry. So that's when he wanted to, like kill people. It's like, how do you take that leap?
And I'm thinking, didn't know that.
Yeah, like, because it's anyway, yeah, you can look at the story and see about him. But it was something stupid, but he wanted to start a race war as well.
Yes.
But how do you get people? You're like, you know what? I know this person didn't do anything to you, but I'm mad at them for something stupid.
Right.
How about you go and kill them for me?
Yeah.
And people are like,
yeah, okay. Sharon Tate and what was it?
That's the only one I
no, the husband. Olin. I guess it's neither here nor there. Did you watch the movie Hollywood with Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio? What the frick?
I don't know.
Whatever it was, I'm sure.
What were they doing?
They were. It was back in the 70s, and they were. Leonardo DiCaprio was an actor, and Brad Pitt was his stuntman. Sometime in Hollywood, something about that in Hollywood. I've seen the movie like 5 times, and it's dope as hell. Okay. But it kind of hits on that Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski. Go me. But it touches on that at the end, but it gives an alternate ending. Typical Quentin Tarantino shit. Okay. The mind is like whoa. But it touched on that. It just came to mind because we were talking about Sharon Tate and Roman Polanski. But yeah, Charles Manson, it had him and his cult, or Charles Manson-esque in his cult. It was, if you haven't seen the movie, you should watch that. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Okay. I forget shit. I forgot how to write my name how to sign my name the other day. Then I forgot my phone number. My daughter was like, what's going on there?
Oh. Well, since True Confessions, okay, what we forget, because we are women of a certain age.
Yes.
So I went downstairs before you came.
52 and 5.
I want to get a tripod and the stool. What's it called? The bar stool. Mm-hmm. So I picked up the bar stool. I was like, oh, okay, I gotta get the tripod. So I go in the closet, get the tripod, and a hat had fallen on the ground. So when I started heading up the stairs,
you had the hat.
The tripod and Everybody, they gonna put me away.
You ever find stuff in the refrigerator that's not supposed to be there, or stuff that's supposed to be in the refrigerator? I
In the
put it in
pantry.
with my Tupperware. I fill it and then put it, and then I'm looking. I had an argument with my girls one day about where is my turkey taco meat, because I make them beef and I make mine turkey. I was like, who ate? And everybody's like, we don't eat that. I'm like, somebody ate my turkey meat. We cleaned out the fridge, and I was like, I gave up. And then like 2 days later, Nyla's like, can you come here?
Oh, where did
And
you
I'm
find
like,
it?
what? She's like, no, I need you to come here.
Oh,
I go in and she's like, opens the cabinet and points at it. And I was like,
who did that? Who did that?
yeah. Which one of you children was putting away dishes and put my food in the pantry? Yeah, that part.
So I guess we couldn't be in a cult because we can't
No.
remember what we started out there
Not
for.
only could we not be in a cult, but I have trouble taking direction at times. So
Yeah,
I would probably be the person right under Manson, being like, yeah, what he said, do that. What he said, that would probably be me.
I don't know. I think I rationalize things too much. Like I don't understand why you're asking me to do this thing.
You have to make it make sense.
It doesn't make sense to me.
Yeah. You ever watch the show Catfish? Speaking of not making sense to me,
I not really. I know of it.
Okay, allow me to enlighten you.
Okay.
Because I will keep Catfish on. If there's a good marathon on for 24 hours, that's what'll be on my TV. I'll be doing stuff, but the minute I hear the reveal, I'm like trying to find out what the person looks like. But the concept of the show, it started with Neve. He fell in love with some girl online, only for it not to be the person she pretended to be through photos and everything, right? So they decide, let's make a show about this. It could probably work. If there's enough people out there. I had no idea there were this many people who fell in love without seeing a person, without FaceTiming. In this digital age, there's no way I'm not seeing you.
Wow.
There's no way. But these people are in these relationships for years without seeing the person. And then now the show has come about, so they write into the show. They go to the location where the person who's writing is. They go there. They do all this research. They find the person, and then they convince that person to meet online, and that's what they do. And it's the reveal on TV. I cannot get past you not meeting that person.
Yeah.
Only through DMs and texts.
No, because I watched, I watch all the Murder, Death, Killed, all those shows. And there was one, this lady got killed. And so, they always look into your background to see who did what or whatever. And they found somebody she met online and was dating. And they wanted to see if that person, had done it. And because she was supposedly in love with this person, come to find out it was a woman.
They've had that too.
It's like, but luckily she wasn't the one that killed her. But yeah, they found out it's like she thought she was in love with some man, and come to find out it was a woman.
Yeah,
I was like, that's.
They had two. There were two that just completely amazed me. There was one where the guy was, I don't know, Wyoming or somewhere. He was a truck driver. $10,000 later, he was giving this girl money to be buying some truck. But he could only send the money to the aunt. But when the minute they showed, they asked him, well, let me see the picture. Let me see what she looks like. And it's just this boobs and ass and this little waist and they were like, this is not the girl. This is not who you're talking to. And he was like, no, I think it is. They're like, dude, I'm telling you, this is not the girl you're talking to. Turned out it was one of those African
people. Prince?
Yes, girl.
I'm still waiting on my money from him. I sent you what you asked for. Can I get my money back?
Leading that man on $10,000 he was up to.
Okay, so kind of going back to who's the type of person? Is there a type of person who can be taken in by this type of thing? Like, do they think they're not worthy enough to meet somebody in person, or they're too lazy to do it? I mean, like, how could you allow yourself? And I don't want to, like, they say, like, guilting the victim or whatever. It's not, but,
victim blaming.
Yeah. How how can you get into that? Like, I need to see you, but me being me, I need to meet you in
Yes.
person. I
Yes.
can't do the online. Yeah, I told you my story. I tried that way back when, but
Mhm.
I need to see you to believe you, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I meet people in person.
I think it's two kinds of people. The gentleman who was on that episode, how do I say it without getting smashed later on? He just wasn't the brightest person. Because and I'd like to think I would know that, Brad Pitt is not
He wants you. He wants.
texting me. Although Mr. Pitt,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot my shot, just in case you happen to see one of these. I'm in love with you.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. So now
And
you
I'll
know.
choose you over a lot of people. Just throwing that out there.
But I don't need you to show up at my door, so I believe you.
Absolutely. I can't just get text though from somebody saying, "Hey, this is Brad Pitt. Saw your podcast. Love to meet you." Nah, B. We're gonna need to meet at a lit up Wawa or something first. But it's that person who's just not as bright, and the other person is just not the self-confident person. But I have also seen some where I'm like, damn, he's fine. Or like, oh my gosh, she's so pretty. Like, how did you get sucked into this? That person I can't explain. I mean, they could still have self-confidence issues just because you're pretty or you're cute. But I can't rationalize it in my mind how that happens. How you fall in love with someone. Okay. Let's take a couple of steps back. I can see how you become attached to the person that you're talking to.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. I can see that part. But what I can't see is the years part.
Yeah.
Where you're still in it with this person, not knowing who they are, if they're, some grimy ass old man, although at my age, what's old? What's old? We talked about this before.
I know, right?
Yeah. But like, in all seriousness, I think about the younger people who are online dating. How do you know that's not some perv? You know what I mean? And when you open the door, the dude from what's that show, Gotcha, and he used to be like, "Did you know this is a 13-year-old girl?" He's like, "Nah." Like, so
yeah, that's not scary. That's scary, but the mind is very fragile.
It is.
It is, because I think too, like we're raising these young people, and they all happen to be girls right now. Yeah. It's like girls right now, like they're changing.
Like they're
well, okay, I'm not going there. That's not what I meant. Okay. We have young women, and yeah, it's scary out there because, like I said, the one is 16 now, and before a couple years ago, she was really hot and heavy on, my friends online, my friends. I was like, that's a 40-year-old man. Stop that. You're not in love with this person.
Yeah.
And so I don't know if it's this generation coming up, because since COVID, so much more is online. I just get nervous that this is what they're going to think it's supposed to be. And then, they're going to get catfished, because some people make a living out of lying. I don't know why. I don't know what joy they get out of deceiving people.
Well, you said they make a living from it.
But I wish you would ask me for some money. I don't know you like that.
Yeah. But I think the other part, and another reason why I feel so sorry for this generation and the generation behind it, is all they know is digital. They have zero coping skills. They have zero interaction. They don't know how to interact with other people live.
Yeah.
Everything is.
That's it.
It frustrates me to no end. No end. Did you watch the Anna Delvey story on Netflix? I don't
know who that is. No.
Oh my gosh. So she was a con artist in New York. She was the George Santos she pretended to be this socialite.
Oh gosh.
And trips around the world. You got to watch it. It's a Netflix. Did you watch everything I reference is, did you watch?
And you always
did you watch Ozark?
That was a series.
If she tells me that she did not watch Ozark,
wait, is that was a series?
You will be watching the final episode of this. Lie to me.
Yes, I loved it.
So you remember Ruth? Yes. Fucking Marty! Oh my gosh, Marty! What the fuck, Marty? Yeah, her. She played Anna Delvey You have to watch. Man, watch.
You
Ozark.
keep every time you give me a list of these things I need to watch.
No, I see what has to happen.
You know?
I see. We need. You know where I'm going. What am I about to say?
Have movie night.
Yes, ma'am. We need to have a night with just us gals. We'll get pretend wine so I can pretend I'm drinking. You drink real wine so I can still do the sip thing. But we do.
Okay.
But that's a series though, so we have to make that like a series of events. But yeah, you have to watch Ozark. Oh my
I don't know how much crocheting I can get done in a season.
You can't crochet and watch it. You have to like you have to be like.
So you obviously don't know how to crochet.
I can make the longest line in the whole. I can make a dope ass rope.
Well, we'll
I
do
can
that.
tie up the best of them with my crochet.
Okay, we'll do that while we have movie nights.
I literally just told you cannot crochet.
We will.
You mean we'll have like a time set up for crochet?
We're gonna crochet while we do it.
You can't.
You
You gotta watch.
No, you don't. Not really. You just gotta get good.
Well, you gotta get good at watching movies. Shit. Okay. If I can get you to watch a movie, I'll crochet.
Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. So, okay. So another one is like people getting people to do stuff. I don't know if we talked about this one already. That like couples who go out and snatch people together. It's like I cannot imagine my husband coming home like, you know what, hon, I love you, but help me snatch up these girls so I can bring them home, drug them, rape them, and do whatever. Maybe even kill them. It's like, sure, hon.
Like, how did they find one another?
Yeah.
Are they like magnets in their stomachs that just draws them? Did you say that?
Draws.
But I'm serious though. How did they find one another?
Yeah, because you can't just broach that subject with anybody.
Eating subs, like, oh, you know what we should do? Like, how do you even come across that? Yeah. Okay. Did you watch?
Yes.
But it's on Netflix right now. I promise you, I have a life.
So I started out with I watched the Netflix.
Yes.
So I do every now and then.
But it's on Netflix right now. I can't think of the name of it, but it's a white dude and a white chick. See, I don't want to tell you what happens. Just suffice it to say, these two are touched, and they bring people and sex people, and they're in on it together. And then her little sister. That's all I'm gonna say.
Well, I think that's like, now is this a series or just a movie or
no? It's real life.
Okay,
But
I told you, I think I mentioned the one that was an episode of Law and Order about something like that, right? Because I said I think they pull from real life stuff, but right. So that one, the real story was, the couple was snatching up people, and the man said, "I want your little sister."
Yep.
And she was like, "Okay."
Yep. And then they ended up killing her.
Yeah, because I guess whatever the drugs they gave her interacted with something, her health or whatever. I was like,
"Yep,
man,
that's crazy to me."
Like I said, first of all, you can't give me grab a stranger.
Barbie and Ken and Barbie. It's called something like that.
But yeah, because I'm not going to snatch a stranger. Well, I would be more likely to snatch a stranger with you than
I think I would too. If I'm gonna snatch somebody, I don't want it to be somebody I know.
Right?
Yeah, like you gotta look at this person, and
that's a special kind of sick.
It is. And then I always look at, me with kids. Anybody who so much as looks at a child wrong, I'm ready to fuck you up.
They just burst into flames. Yeah, like, we don't need a trial, jury, just burst into flames.
Yeah.
So I'm not cult material, but I'm not even cult leader material.
Yeah.
I just because that Jim Jones thing. Because another thing too, the show that I watched, a lot of people were doing drugs. Like they got to the point like they were paranoid, or like they're telling their cult members not to have sex with each other, but then they're sexing everybody.
Yeah.
It's like you just want that power, and you just need more and more and more. Yeah. But like I said, I keep going back to Jim Jones because that's the one that I know the most. But how do you convince these people to then kill themselves? Well, there's a few of them. There's a few of them.
I was literally
because what they said, like the aliens were coming or something.
Yes.
And they killed themselves.
Yes. And I don't know how your mind, but then it's also the same as people who are what is it called? when you're brainwashed, something syndrome,
Oh, Stockholm syndrome.
Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that when you're kidnapped or something, and you
start
know
buying
you're
into,
kidnapped,
but
right?
over
But then
time-
over time, this is like your husband. I think it was SVU. I think might have been SVU who had oh no, it was Criminal Minds who had an episode like that, and they found the girl, but it had been so long that she had been with this guy. She was like, "No, leave him alone. Like he's this to me and he's that." But he was getting rid of them at a certain age because they would age out.
Oh my.
And then he would find another one and raise her, you know, to be his whatever. All those stories, although it's television, it comes from somewhere.
Oh yeah,
you know?
definitely.
So,
these things are real. They happen out there. So I don't know.
That's
It's just,
terrible.
It is.
And to think that people
scary. That people feed on people like that, just horrible people.
Yeah.
If I was a cult leader, I'd be a good cult.
Yeah, we'd have a good cult. Yeah.
We go around and help people.
Yeah. That would kind of like just be a club. Like, I mean, but that's the thing though, it wouldn't be a cult.
Because it's a negative
because,
thing.
Right.
No. Remember we talked about the laws, crazy laws?
Yes.
Like, okay, my cult, we're going to go around and wash your car without your permission.
Without your permission. Yeah,
that's the kind of stuff we're gonna do.
That.
Yeah,
good.
Walk your dog without you asking.
That's right. We're gonna come in your house, take your dog, and take it on a walk. I guess
that's what we do. My cult. But I guess there is no positive cult. There's no good.
There's
cult.
no good. Because if it was a good cult, it would be called a club. Yeah. It's called a cult because it has negative connotation. But would it be a cult though if they weren't doing anything bad, but it was still the brainwashing and the? But isn't that just Jehovah's Witness? No, and I'm not.
I know, because people think because people think that's what people say. But okay, pause. Put a pin in that. So I was waiting on you today, and the doorbell rang. It's like, oh, she's here. I ran down the stairs, threw the door open.
Can you talk about this watchtower?
I was like, I thought you were somebody else. I was like, but I got a friend, so I know all about it. I said, I'm not interested, but thank you for checking on me.
Right.
And the guy was like, well, thank you for answering the door.
Yeah, because they don't get very many people.
Nah.
They don't. Bless their hearts though, because that's not a negative thing.
Right, because I don't know, but I have heard that people relate, or no, what's the word I'm trying to think of? They associate them with a cult.
Right.
And I don't know why, because I don't go deep into it. But yeah, you're right. I don't know the negative that they do, but I guess it's just if it's a form of brainwashing, like some
is Scientology a cult?
I think I've heard them. Well, see, because I heard them referred to negatively.
Yeah.
But I guess like my thing, and I don't know because I don't delve deep into anything like that. But when they talk about like if your people, you can only associate with people in it, or like if your family members leave, you can't associate with them. See, that's the kind of thing I don't understand. Like
that sounds culty to me.
Right. So it's like,
and this is no judgment. If you want to be a Scientologist, by whatever, all means.
Right. But if somebody wants to not believe like you believe, how can you not deal with them? Because in this world, you can't not deal with certain people. Yeah. So if I have to go to work with somebody who doesn't believe like I believe, why can't I see my mom who doesn't believe like I believe? Right. So I don't understand why that's a thing.
Leah Remini spoke out a lot on Scientology, and the people that were on her show, those are the ones who would talk about, I haven't spoken to my mom in 20 years, or I haven't spoken to my sister in 10 years.
See, I think that's another thing. Like, because like
they're not allowed to.
They separate you from your people, and it's like I don't.
But that right there tells me that there's something wrong.
Right.
There.
So I don't understand the people in it why they. I don't know why I choose something like that over my family who's not doing anything wrong. You know, so my family is my family, but because they don't believe like me, I can't associate with them. Makes no sense.
But it's the mindset. It's the.
So, okay, I'm in this group, cult, and my mom won't be. And they say, well, if you want to stay with us, you can't ever talk to her again. I'm thinking, what are you giving me that I'm going to choose you over my mom?
Over my mom. Yeah. Yeah. Or people whose kids leave and now you can't talk to your
Yeah.
child. Like what?
What am I really gaining?
Yeah.
From
What's the
here?
benefit here? But again, we don't know the true teachings of Scientology either.
Or any of them.
So
Like,
I don't know if their promise is like, you know, oh, you'll never make it to the afterlife. I don't even know what they believe in. Like, I don't know. They don't have, they're not
I guess you got to be in it
religious
to
in-
know
right.
what
They're not
what they believe.
religious in
Well,
the
how do
sense.
you gotta get an invitation? That's how you got an invitation to the Illuminati. I got an email to join, but I don't know. I don't know what that is either. But again, I don't hear anything positive about it. But I got an invite.
Okay, so Illuminati. Don't artists when they're singing and songs and stuff, don't they shout out Illuminati? Is it a different is my 52 showing?
I don't know. Is there more than one?
I don't know.
Well, I hope I got invited.
Can
to
somebody
the
let us know?
I
Is
don't-
there careful though, because I don't want the government following either one of us, so be careful. But yeah, I don't know. And again,
the
I don't-
secrecy of some things. It's like,
and I'm hesitant to speak freely on some things that I don't know.
yeah, that's it. I don't
So
know.
I don't want to come off judgy or anything like that. But I don't hear good things.
Right. That's what I'm saying. I don't have a desire to delve deep into it.
Yeah.
But yes, when you hear someone referring to it, it's always in the negative.
Yeah.
Almost always
Yeah.
in the negative. Because I do know someone who is a Jehovah's Witness, and I like that person. I have
Yeah.
nothing against that person.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think the Jehovah's Witnesses, I think that's a separate club than the other two, because my aunt Marge, oh my gosh, I miss her so much. She was Jehovah's Witness, and I remember we used to go to Kingdom Hall with her, and they would have all these little food events. Nobody ever said you can't come here because you're not Jehovah's Witness. You know what I mean?
I had a coworker who I didn't know her very
They were
well,
always welcome.
but yeah, but she passed away, and I went to her funeral. I've never seen so many people at a funeral.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh my gosh. I told you afterwards, I was like going around, people like, will you come to my funeral?
Yeah.
Come to my funeral? Because I mean, but they were, they're very supportive, embraced people. Like, I don't.
Yeah. I think what gives them the negative rap is the door-to-door stuff.
You know, and I thought you were going to go
the
there.
Bicycles.
But you know, they're not the bicycles. That's the Mormons.
Oh, see, here we go.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
The guys come through, and they come from other states.
On bikes? But yes, they travel.
Right. I think they get the bike when they get here.
Yeah.
But tell you, if you want to be in this club, you got to ride your bike from.
I have no idea.
No, what state are they?
Amish, like in Pennsylvania.
They're not Amish. No. Oh my gosh, you are making it worse. Is it not Colorado? Where are all the?
I don't know.
It's somewhere over.
Out west?
Oh, yeah, somewhere out west. But anyway, so no, they said if you want to be in this club, you got to ride your bike from Colorado to Virginia. It's like, no.
You got to Lance Armstrong this.
But okay, I was going to say the door knocking. No, I used to be a part of the Salvation Army, and nobody ever says anything negative about them. And we did door knocking. And
did you?
Yeah,
I've never had Salvation Army. No.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I had something to do with Salvation Army like 6 days a week. We were doing. They had a lot of activities for us young people. It was great.
They kept you out them streets.
Yes, because they picked me up from the hood.
Yeah.
In the bus.
Yeah.
They take us to the church or wherever. But yeah, Saturdays we would go out. We go door knocking. We got the same things.
Like, what would you be like?
Just inviting the church.
Oh, okay.
No, just inviting them because Salvation Army is a church.
Okay.
And then they do all the other stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like, I can see you in there. Your storm door is, your door is open. I see you through the storm door. Come talk to me. And it's like, we ain't come to the door. So I mean, I understand that. But yeah, we're just inviting people to the Lord.
Okay.
To share a
I
little
mean,
bit.
I'm all for that. I okay.
Yeah. But you're right, because you're right. Most people, I guess, don't know Salvation Army used to do that. I have no idea. I maybe don't do that anymore. But yeah, Jehovah's Witness is known for the door knocking.
Why don't Amish people come on into the 21st century?
Because we're evil. We got the TV. They binge watching. You don't get nothing done. You don't get your crocheting done because you're busy watching TV. They don't need all that.
And I mean, like, God bless the Amish.
Are they really still like that?
Yes.
Oh. They make good stuff, furniture,
horse and buggies. Yeah,
they
build. Yeah,
because they want to stay focused. Because all this noise out here in the world,
and that's basically kind of sort of what it is. Sometimes I wish I kind of wish
We
for
could go back a little
yeah,
bit.
just
Yeah. Like when we used to sit around and talk to people, over dinner, or, there's no
yeah,
phones at dinner. You can't call us dinner time, and people
yeah.
were closer. Because
Yeah.
now, since we've got the little one in the house, which is not little anymore, we do have dinner at the table together. Because they said that's, important for the kids. But some people don't. Because everybody eat whenever, do
That's how my
whatever.
house is,
Yeah, you
unfortunately.
just so back at the time when when people were closer together
Yeah.
because you didn't have all the extra noise. But speaking of the Amish that I forgot the name of when they go on a break. When the kids can go on a break, I heard. I don't again not TV. It's got a name for it. I think it's not Rumpelstiltskin. It's something.
I'm gonna shut up because when you said Rumpelstiltskin, Ramadan popped in my
I know.
head, so I'm
No,
done.
I think it's I don't know, but like it's a break. I heard,
Okay.
and the kids can go out into the world, and then
There's a
come back.
show about that.
Oh.
There is a show on TLC.
Okay, probably
about that,
mm-hmm.
about Amish kids and
going out for however the year. I don't know how it works, but they go out and then they're supposed to come back. I wonder if any of them ever come back. Yeah, I wondered.
All the sex, drugs, and rock and roll out here.
I bet a couple of them do who just don't want that fast life.
Yeah.
Like that's how I came back to Virginia. The rest of the world's too fast for me. No, I lived in North Virginia. Girl, I tell you, I didn't know how to cross that road. It was like these cars all the time and the street signs. And I was like, I'm going back home.
I was just in the city in New York.
Oh, never.
Last weekend. And we were talking about that. Like my friend and I, we were like, could I live here? At this age, I could not. Maybe when I was younger, but at this age, I could not live in the city.
Yeah.
But of course, we were right down at Times Square, and our hotel was like we went. Okay, first of all, I'm off topic, and I'll bring it back. But we went to see Pearly Victorious, a non-Confederate rob through the cotton fields or something like that. Leslie Odom Jr. Let me explain to you how this play was everything. It was a very small cast. Vanessa Bell Calloway was in there, but it was reprised. Ozzie Davis did it back in, I don't know, 70s or whatever. Please don't cut my head off because I don't know the year, but Ozzie Davis did it, and I think Sherman Hemsley and some people were in it. But they reprised it, of course, more modern or whatever. But I mean, really, it wasn't modern because it was still the same concept. Of course, the people is oh my gosh, it was so good, so good. First of all, I fell in love with Leslie Odom from Hamilton. Take the time to see that one. It was amazing. I digress.
Okay. Where were we?
I don't know.
Okay. That's the 52 showing. So anyway, I cannot get
I know we were talking about Amish and the
old
city
they went back
life
in the
and how
time. They went back in the
city and the how busy it was and how, oh my God, it's overwhelming.
See that jump, that leap.
That's how we do.
That's what we do.
This is how we get down.
It's like I don't have time to stay in one place. I got so much I gotta get out. So yeah, cult. No, I can't. I'm not going to be able to do that. It's just not going to be for me.
Yeah.
But brainwashing can happen because I was in a group, and it's a uniformity of it all.
Yeah.
They get you to do certain things without thinking. You just respond, and they train you up very well. But my brainwashing wore off. I don't think it was supposed to wear off as early as it did, but it only lasted for 10 years, 9 months, 29 days. And then I was like, right? I was like, no, I'm not going to do this anymore. Because like I had back pain was one of the reasons I actually was able to get out. But I was still pressing through because it's like, you don't go to sick call. You're not, you got to soldier up and do the thing. And one day I was like, my back hurts.
Yeah.
It's like, no, for real. This is wrong. I'm I can't keep doing this. And then it kind of, I started thinking more like, I'm not really, this ain't me.
Yeah.
But for so long, I've been programmed to do this. You don't ask questions, it left, right. And that's how it can get into you. And if you slowly get into it, then one day when you wake up, well, one day you're in. You're all in. All in.
Yeah.
So it's a slippery slope, I guess, depending on what you're looking for. Because I was looking for something. and I found something. Luckily, it wasn't anything detrimental.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was easy to get into that because it fulfilled a need.
Yeah. And that's what some people go in for, the structure of it all.
Yeah.
That structured.
Yeah, I
Be
need
here
that.
at this time, do this, do this.
Told you
I
I
mean,
didn't
you
know
could
how
also
to.
go to jail and have that same structure.
Right, you're right. But I told you when I got out, I was like, I don't even know what to wear. I don't know how to wear clothes to go to work.
Right.
Like, because this is what I no thoughts about it.
Mm-hmm.
Put that on and let's go.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe that's some people's easy way out. Like you said, jail too. It's like it's structured for you.
How often did they give you new boots?
Well, we got a clothing allowance every year.
Oh,
So,
okay.
but I mean, they didn't give us new boots. They gave us original boots.
Okay.
But then they give you money every year to replenish your stuff if you need to. What? You need some boots?
No,
Somebody
I was
wearing those?
wondering if you was wearing the
The
same
same boots?
funky ass boots. All that walking and marching and crawling and climbing and
all
jumping
that, all
sleeping
that.
and
I wasn't good at that. You know, you got to go back to one of the original episodes and see. I was not good at that at all. So that's another thing too. Do you let just anybody into your cult? Because them raggedy people bring you down
all day.
They will bring
All
you
day.
Can you imagine getting kicked out of a cult because you are not.
Do you know how bad you have to be for Charles Manson to be like,
nah.
you have to go?
Oh,
You here.
Oh,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
get kicked out.
Of the worst place
I
you could
would've.
possibly be.
I would have got kicked out.
Well, I'm glad that I'm glad you made it. Your 10 years and
9 months
and
29
days.
days. Yes.
I'm glad you made it.
It was a struggle.
So suffice it to say, we're in agreement that neither one of us could be in a cult. However, we could lead one.
You could lead one, and then I'll be your second. What she said. What she said.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm not that creative, like coming up with stuff to do.
I feel like my cult. I feel like my cult would be all sex.
Yeek.
Because I have no desire to break the law. I have no desire to harm anyone.
Well, depending on what state you're in,
have sex.
You might be breaking the law with your sex because
that's very true.
Because in Virginia, I don't know, the law's saying the missionary only or something. You can't be doing some of that freaky stuff.
If we just have to do that, then at least we're doing it.
Oh.
I don't know. I just couldn't. I'm a peaceful person for the most part until you put me on the road, boy.
We'll keep you off the road. Get you a driver. We'll get you a driver.
Please do. No, because then they'll piss me off because they're not doing what I want.
We'll have the blackout, and you won't see anything that's going on. Have the blackout windows. Have your Netflix in the back. You just sit back there and chill. You get where you go. You know, you get there when you get there. Because you're the leader. So
that's right. That's right.
So you get to go in style, and I'm your second. So I'll be right.
So you'll be with me.
I'll be with you. Okay.
So
I cult. Yes.
We are gonna be good.
Yes.
I can't speak for our minions. Y'all get there how you get there.
That's right.
I'll provide a bus.
Yeah.
All travel together.
Yeah, we get a bus. Yeah.
Speaking of, this really isn't even related. Not sure. This is just what I'm watching right now. Squid Game challenge.
The real one.
Did you watch the real one?
I mean, I saw clips of the show, the series.
Challenge.
But right, so I've seen that now. I saw a clip and I was like, is that a reality show now? They've really done something like that?
It's so good. Oh, gosh. It's so good.
I don't know. See, that too is like, would I do something like
for that money? Do you see a lot of it is chance? Like they did one episode where they played Sink My Battleship, Battleship, I guess Battleship, right?
Yeah.
Battleship. But for that one, only 4 people had to think. You had a captain in their second on each team. Everybody else was just standing in boats.
Well, yeah, but
and you're hoping they don't sink your battleship. If they do, you're going off the show.
But do you die?
Not in real life.
Oh, okay. Well, see, that thing, like,
Game,
but how do you know? Okay, when they come to you and say, "Hey, we got this Squid Game show. You want to be a part?" And I'm thinking, I saw the show. Like, so I mean, you going in there and then all of a sudden you're in, and then ma'am. I'm just saying.
So if Netflix came to you and said, "Hey, we're doing a show."
It's like, are you going to promise me
Squid Game?
Promise me that you're not going to kill me if I don't win.
So you thought that on Netflix they would just have mass murder?
It could be. It could be. Netflix is big; they can cover up.
That's bad as me with the Amish and the Mormons and them. But no,
Room strata. Nope, that's not in the building. A Roomba. Oh, what is it?
Oh my god, I have no idea. But yeah, I do like on Squid Game though, because do you remember like the big girl and she was playing red light, green light, 1, 2, 3?
Yeah, I saw that one.
People were actually dropping. Like when they got eliminated, a little die thing would pop and they would actually fall out. I love that.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, I have not seen
you
them.
Have not seen them.
I have not seen them since. But and then they had the one where they had to do the honeycomb and they only had a needle, but they couldn't break the shape that they were assigned. You had a triangle, a circle, a square, and a freaking umbrella. And that umbrella, boy, was detailed. That's where they lost most of the people. But if people broke it in that die pat, they would be like fall out.
They're dead for real. If you know any of those people who were on that show,
check in.
That's right.
Check in.
But
do a Facebook check-in or something.
All right. So I think we just established the cons, catfish, and cult leaders that how we're
perfect, other people aren't.
Yes, exactly. That was the whole moral of the story. Be like me. Be more like me.
Be more like us.
Yes, like us.
Yes. Yeah. No, that was it.
That was it. Okay. Well, I think that was good.
Deuces.
Later.
Are you picking up what we're putting down? If so, now's the time to like, follow, subscribe, and share. We'd also love to hear from you. Give us a call at 757-504-4649, or you can email us at lifecracksusup@gmail.com, or just drop us a comment. If you're so inclined, do all three.
Thank you for hanging out with us. Be sure to like, follow, share, and subscribe, and look for a new episode every Wednesday.